I'm Anna Koenig, and I'm Rotary Coordinator for Zone 17, and I'm based in Stockholm, Sweden. Mingaili, will you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Mingaila Shera. I come from Lithuania, from Vilnius, Zone 18.
Venancia?
Hello, everybody. I'm Venanzia Rizzi actually from Italy, but I live in Finland from District 1385, and I'm Anna's assistant in this Rotary Zone 17. Hello.
Sofia?
Hello, everyone. My name is Sofia Gisladóttir. I'm from Iceland. I'm the Rotary Assistant Coordinator with Mingaile in Zone 18, but of course these zones work closely together, 17 and 18. Nice to be with you.
And Nikolai?
Nikolai Asmussen from Copenhagen, Denmark, District 1470. I'm also an Assistant Rotary Coordinator together with Sofia, working with Mingaile in Zone 18. Great to meet you.
And I also saw Rasmus, but he left, right? Is Rasmus here? He might join us later. Rasmus Egerskjold from RI office. Mingaili, do you want to say something else, or should we let our speakers get started?
I just want to say that I'm really happy to see people connecting to this topic, because families, it's such a big part. It's the biggest part of our lives. And it's great to see examples and success stories, how we merge with family life with Rotarian life. So let's go ahead and have a nice evening together by sharing success stories.
And what we have done is we have asked a few young Rotarians who work and have busy lives to join us to tell us why they want to spend their time in Rotary and why they are Rotarians. And we will also have a discussions after. So first we'll let them all speak, and then we will have a joint discussion after, and questions will be after everyone has spoken. So Tarmo, would you like to start?
Yeah, thank you. My name is Tarmo Kokkola, and I'm District Governor nominee in District 1385 in Finland. At first, I have to say that I don't feel like a too young Rotarian, because I have been over 10 years in Rotary Club, and I've been president many years ago, for example. At first, like quite many members, I think, joined because of the network, the new people that I could find as a friend, or for the networking issues. Because I moved from Oulu to Raahe, and I didn't know anyone here, and then I got involved in Rotary. But I think that networking is not the reason why I have been active a member in our club and in our district, and also a bit in a zone. Because in 10 years, you can be friends with your hunting buddy or sport buddy, but in Rotary, I did find some meaning to my life, not just for business issues or finding something from other people's ideas from their jobs or things like that. I think in Rotary Club we can cherish our friendship, because we are doing good for our community, because we have a different kind of members. We are community leaders, really important business players in our clubs, and we can do difference in town or in our city, but also globally, because helping other people is something that I really enjoy in Rotary. Because just working from Monday to Friday, it's not enough for me, and I have not ever been involved in political parties, and that's why Rotary has been my way to make a world a better place. And also, I think I have been a better professional also in my work field, because I have been making different kind of presentations and meeting different kind of people and doing good cooperation in our projects, and for example in this kind of situations also. And I have to say that in world where we are living, I get that Rotary is also for the peace, for making people work together. We are against bigotry. We are against hatred, and I think as many people can join Rotary, the world will be a better place every time someone joins. And I think I'm almost my 4 minutes now.
Thank you, Tarmo. Then I would like Thomas to go next.
Okay, thank you. I'm Thomas. My club is Oulu City from northern Finland, from district 1385, same district than Tarmo. I have been asked to tell you about myself and my Rotary experience. I just turned 50. I'm very active professionally. I'm involved on investor and entrepreneur. I own several companies, especially in construction sector. I'm chair of the board of several of these companies. My business is worldwide, so I travel quite much. I have small children. The youngest is just 4 years old. They all have a lot of hobbies, and me too. I play golf and ice hockey and hunting and fishing. I'm also very active in local politics. I have been Rotarian almost 1 year, very young Rotarian. I was invited by Venantia to visit her club and her district conference. She has been telling a lot about Rotary organization and what Rotary does. I appreciate that Rotary values are similar to mine. It was nice to meet happy people who were doing meaningful projects and having fun at the same time. They were very active. I wanted to be active as well, not just a passive one. So now I am the club's youth exchange officer, a member of the board in my clubs, and of the membership develop team. Clubs meeting are every second Friday morning at 7:30. This is very good time for me because it doesn't interface with my family and professional life. I like Rotary is an international organization. Summa summarum, my point is that if you are interested in something, you find the time for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Tuomas.
Thank
Would Neringa and Jurgita, would you like to go next?
All right, we can. Just let me share my screen. Is everything all right? You see? All right. So I am Neringa. I am from District 1462, District Lithuania, from Rotary Club Laisvė. I am the president of this year. Also, I am the mother of two children. One of them is 3 years old and another is 7. I am a police officer. I am active in sports in my family life, and also I'm Rotarian. My club, Laisvė, is going 30 years, and we have 17 active members. Actually, the charter members are all were in the past Rotaract members for all Lithuania, and it means that all of them had a Rotarian soul, and actually this soul, that's why they joined the Rotary. When you have little kids, you have to assist them for a long time, but the Rotarian soul, self-expression, was calling to be together with Rotary sisters and brothers and to be a part of Rotary community. And just because of parenthood, career and business, at one period they couldn't join a Rotary club. Our club actually is very active. We had a project and applied for global grant, and we got a confirmation, and now it's on the way. And what I understood, being not only a member of Rotary Club, but also a mother of 2 little kids. This is our photo club. It shows that actually we are very active. And as I mentioned, I understood these things, that responsibilities improves engagement. It means that last year when I started secretary duties, I started to do much more, but I had also friendly situation to do more. It means that it's very important for all members in club to have some responsibilities, bigger or smaller. Also, it's very important that these responsibilities wouldn't be very big. So not too big challenges, but not too small either. It means that everyone has to be accurate when he chooses the responsibilities, because if he will be not able to do these responsibilities, he will step back and maybe he will decide to leave a club. And in otherwise, if it's too small challenges, it can be boring also. The best thing what we can take is new ways for self-expression and increased self-confidence. Also, it's very good when you meet members who motivate others. Actually, it happens to me in my club. It's very important when you can learn from your club members. Also, it's very important flexible approach to competing priorities. It means that members, also the officers of the club, have to be very flexible and understandable. That sometimes persons like me with child has another priorities at the moment, and at first is family, health, kids, and after this Rotary. Of course, as possible, the first for me is Rotary. And the last one, what is the best and what I wish for every family is Rotarian lifestyle with family. So it means that the time you can share the Rotary and family. And this is also my thoughts about why I recommend you to invite persons like me or Jurgita to your club. It means that parents do much more than they did before kids. If they at that moment in their life, they are very active in their personal life, so it means that they can do a lot in your club. Also, they can identify a new array of problems for young families. They can empathize for them and help also to do events in your local communities for young families. And of course, kids from Rotarian family is the future of Rotary community, like the future of all the world. It means that we have a big interest to do the best values and the best changes in our world society, that our kids could have a better tomorrow. And so, Jurgita, maybe you will continue.
Yes, thank you. And hi, everyone. So my name is Jurgita Sadauskine, and I'm a secretary of Rotary E-Club of Laisvė. So Neringa and I come from the same club. Neringa, would you please go back one slide?
Sorry.
Right. So I would like to share my thoughts, what I think is the recipe for a successful membership from my own perspective. So I believe, it always starts with an intrinsic motivation, or that self-motivation to give back to the society. And this comes as true, for any active member. And it doesn't matter whether you are young, you are old, you are with kids or without kids. We all run on 24 hours a day, and we have to make that choice, that mindful choice, what our priorities are, where we want to devote our time and effort. And for me, it comes natural that I want to serve and give back to the society and be part of Rotary. I've been an active Rotaract member for over 10 years. And I'm continuing doing that. And I see my life going forward with Rotary. I think another pretty important element for this successful recipe is a network of support. So for example, our club unites members that share similar life circumstances. So it comes pretty natural to be cognizant of those needs, to accept when someone joins with their kids, when perhaps they cannot make one or another meeting, but we are now there and ready to support whenever they can. as a mother, I think again, another important enabler for me to be an active Rotary member is my partner. So my husband is not a Rotary member, but he fully supports my membership, and he takes an equal part in our daughter's upbringing. So we are parents of a 2-year-old, and so this enables me to join meetings, to participate in various events, and I do that with great pleasure. Finally, I think what I want to mention is that Lithuania, and I think many other Nordic countries, have a pretty favorable childcare or social policy, allowing young professionals to actually stay home and to take care of their children until a certain age without worrying about monetary matters. So if you feel that I'm somewhat out of breath, it's because I'm very, very pregnant right now, and actually I only have 2 days left at my current work, and I'm going on my second maternity leave, and I'm actually very happy that I will be able to employ my professional skills as a program manager running this global grant that just got approved. So thank you, everyone. I know we have some members here from Finnish and Icelandic districts who actually believe in us and supported with DDF funds. Yeah, so in turn, this obviously allows to employ my skills, but also to stay relevant in the job markets. So I think, that's the reason why mothers are actually willing to devote and volunteer their time for social causes. So last but not least, if we go to the next slide. I think this is a pretty notable mention, and credits need to go to Mingaile, who organized or initiated our first physical meeting of Rotarians with children of so-called baby racts. So currently we have a messenger group created which unites young parents, and it motivates us to participate more actively in various Rotary events, especially in district events, where everyone comes together from different cities and towns, and also just promotes that network of support and informal communication for growing the next generation of Rotarians. So I think with that, thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And then we have our last speaker, Anne. Would you like to introduce yourself and then tell us your story?
Hi, everyone. I'm Anne Marbrandt. I love the baby ract. That was so wonderful. It's the first time I heard of it. I'm 52 years old. My babies are now 13 and 14. It's a boy 13 years old and a girl 14 years old. I live outside of Malmö in Sweden, and I'm part of Falsterbo Vellinge Rotary Club. So already as a small girl, I admired my grandfather a lot, and he was a Rotarian. So I early understood that Rotary, that must be something really, really good. And as I grew up, I was an exchange student at 17. Unfortunately, I didn't get to go in the exchange program with Rotary, but I saw how the other students, how well they were taken care of, and they had 3 different families during the year, and or maybe it was 4, it was some time ago, and I really understood that Rotary did great work also with the exchange programs. A few years later, I really wanted to become a Rotarian, but it took a few years. So it's now in 2011 that I became a member, and it was through my work. And I changed clubs in 2019. Earlier, it was in Malmö, where I usually went for my daily work. But since I live in this city, it was easier for me to move to a club in this city. It was easier to join because I'm more here and I'm also working from home. So I help people to start their own companies in an NGO. So that's what I'm doing. A little more why I love Rotary is I've been able, for one example, to visit a lot of clubs abroad, and that's a wonderful experience. They were English speaking, and if I go somewhere, this first thing I keep looking up, what club can I go to and meet people and see what they are working with, what they are doing. So I've been visiting clubs in Dubai, in Spain, Thailand, India, in Africa, and I was taking on a Master of Business Administration education. So we needed to go to different countries in Africa for the last thing that we needed to complete. So I contacted the Rotary clubs on Mauritius, where I was sent, and they all invited my group to have meetings with a lot of important people, like CEOs for the banks and people working with the politics, etc. So we could have all these different kind of meetings, and they were really opening up doors. And once we went there for our study visit, they took so well care of us. So I had a wonderful experience in that way, and I really like to contribute back in all the ways I can. Right now, I'm responsible for the mentor program that we have in the Nyföretagarcentrum where I'm working. So the people who start new companies, once they've started and have help with their business plans, which we do as advisors, they also get a mentor if they want to. And where do we find the mentors? Well, we have them, for example, in the Rotary clubs. And at the same time, the Rotary clubs need new people to come there and join the network. So that's what I'm trying to work out a program so we can work more together. I've also taken part of the Rotary Golf, and there are plenty of events that are fun to join. Sometimes you can, sometimes you cannot. And right now I cannot wait for my kids to become a little bit older so I can trade them, send them to an exchange program and get some other kids back to see what they are like. Maybe 2 or 3 years, and I can send them to a country and hopefully also get someone else's kid back. So that's a little bit from me, why I joined Rotary and why I love it. And every Friday lunch, I look forward to finishing up the weeks with my Rotary friends. So thank you.
Thank you. And thank you to all of our speakers. And we said we'll open up for questions after everyone has spoken. Everyone has spoken. So feel free to raise your hand if you have questions to any of the speakers, or if you want to raise a question in the room that we can discuss. No one has a question? I have a question, and I saw you, Claes. You can go first.
Okay, yes, Claes Nilsson. And I had a question to all of the very nice speeches. And thank you, speakers. Thank you very much. It was very interesting to hear. My question is your partner also a member of Rotary? And if yes, why? And if no, why? Anyone who wants to start?
Anne, is your partner a member of Rotary?
My partner isn't yet. I'm working on it. I would really like him to come and throw a speech and see what the other members are like and meet them. let's see, I'm working on it. Right now with work, he's traveling a lot, so maybe it's not easy to join the same club, but in a few years he won't, so then I'll bring him in.
Or we'll find him another club or create one for him.
I thought you were
Neringa,
going to say that I should find another partner, but no.
no, keep your partner. Neringa, is your partner a Rotarian or Rotaractor?
No, he isn't, but he loves actually Rotary, and in these presidential years he is by me, encourages me. He was thinking about it, but not yet at the moment. He don't have a decision to be in.
What did the rest of you say? The rest of our speakers, Yogita, you said no, right?
Yeah, so my partner is not a member of any Rotary club. I have never asked him directly what's the reason behind, but I must say that as my partner, obviously he gets to enjoy all the benefits without any work. So I think he's content with that position.
Thomas, Tarmo?
My ex-wife was a Rotarian, but when we divorced last semester, she also left Rotary. So maybe I'm not a good one to answer that. You should be active Rotarian if you think like that. But maybe I was too much doing Rotary and things that you shouldn't do when you are married. But
I met my husband in Rotary, so. Thomas?
Sorry, I haven't partner, and I don't know why.
Okay, so that was anyone else has a question?
But I must say that when you are inviting new members, you should always invite the both to come, because I think I think it is really good that at first it's Rotary should be for the whole family, not just one member of the family. It's something that you could do also with little children if you have one.
Mingaili?
Actually, it's a very good question. And since we are talking about Rotarian families, I would like to ask the audience, could you raise your hands whose partner or kids or, I don't know, parents or some other family members are involved in Rotary that we could see? Nice, we can see some hands and pretty actively.
Quite a few. That's good. You were all talking about how you put your time in Rotary and how you need the club to be flexible. Have you found that your club has been accommodating, or has it been hard work to get them to be flexible and accommodating for you, being a busy professional with kids that are dependent on you? And I'm thinking anyone with a busy life and kids can answer this question, not only our speakers.
I'm speaking about from other people's point of view. I've had very much hard time to get younger Rotarians involved, because they have so many football practices for their kids and that kind of issues nowadays. It's a bit difficult task now, I have to say. But the main idea is that we don't have, in our satellite club, we don't have strict fixed meeting times. And of course, in our basic club, it could they would not be Rotarians. No one without Satellite Club.
Susan?
Yes, hello. Thanks for wonderful stories. I'm wondering, Kamo, you said you had problems asking young Rotarians. I'm wondering if the others of you also have asked your young Rotarian, young friends. Do they say no because of time issue, or is it that they don't know what Rotary is, or because we see a lot of young professionals do want to pay back to the society and work for a better world and use their energy and not only making money. So what's your experience when you ask young professionals about joining? Question open for anybody.
Does anyone want...
I would say that also one difficult thing is that we don't have family fees. We have only member fees, and 2 times with little kids, it's 400 euros per year. It's quite a lot.
Per, did you want to ask something or add something?
Oh, I don't know if I'm the right one actually to add anything, but both me and Annette is member of Rotary, and God thank that we are in each of our club. It makes 2 days off each week, I can say, and then I think it's for us it's important that we are when we are at the countryside, that we are in each of our club, because sometimes when we are making projects, it's an advantage that we can merge the 2 clubs in the same project. And for us, the time we have invested in Rotary has made it to something very, very special. For us, it has become a lifestyle to be Rotarians. And I think if somebody knew the recipe to get to that point, it would be easier for everybody to get new members into their clubs, because we're really suffering. But I don't know how to do it, but we have a lot of fun with Rotary, and all our spare time is going to do something, whatever it is for Rotary. So and we have fun with it, and everybody should try to put some more time into it, and I think it will create a lot of value for each individual.
Thank you. Klaus?
Actually, I had a question to Kamo. As I understand, you mentioned you have a very flexible system, and you were talking about the Satellite Club. How is your club working and functioning today?
We try to find at least 1 meeting per month with Teams or Zoom, or just meet live. And usually one of the meetings is intercity meeting with older clubs, and it's really almost only me who is going to the normal meetings. So it's really hard to find live meetings with people with busy life with little children. At least that's my history with the Satellite Club. But at least they are not left yet. They are paying their fees, but it could be much more fun to get more people involved who are now just paying their fees for the club.
I have a question for Anne, because you said you work with the networking and the mentorship, and you try to pull people into Rotary. So what's your experience when you approach these young, I'm assuming they're younger, or are some of them older?
There are all ages, actually.
All ages? So when do a lot of them know a lot about Rotary, or before you connected them, they don't? So could you tell us a little bit about your experience in because we all want new members. So what are you
Yeah.
doing?
They don't know about Rotary. They heard about it and they're interested and they want to know more. So we brought them in. We have another program. We've had it for 10 years, so it's quite new that we have this, that we work together with Rotary to find mentors. It's been going on for 2 years, so we're learning more and more. The ones that are more senior are more likely to become members. And that's something we're trying to work on, because when we bring on younger members, it's easier to do it in a group than one by one. So yeah. Also, the ones who wanted to do this, they're very international. Out of 40 persons, more than 50% came from other countries. So they seem to be very open to this kind of international network. And there are more women than men. So I can look at some statistics, but it also demands a lot from the mentor to actually bring them to the club. And someone mentioned the cost for lunch each week. It could be a bit for someone who just started their company, but it depends. Some people who start their own company, they do very well from day one. If they, for example, start a consultant company and already have their customers, then it's not a big deal. But for some people, it is a big deal. So there are a lot of different things that matter if they become a member or not. But it's a big interest in having a mentor from Rotary. Also, the mentors, it will also be a better mentorship if they are working, if they're still working, if they still have an active network. So that's also something that we've learned.
Well, it's an interesting input, because my experience in the Stockholm area is also that it's easier to attract younger female potential Rotarians than male. And I don't know why that is, but that's how we see it. And it's also interesting with the time, because that's where we have to all help and see if we can find other versions of clubs that could be better for them. Because I'm assuming most clubs in your area is lunch clubs or possibly dinner clubs, the odd breakfast club. But it's a meal. It's a meal and a speaker, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So that's why it's so interesting to hear as well, because I think we have to come up with new ideas to new clubs that can meet these potential Rotarians and Rotary actors that don't want to meet in the traditional way. Venantia and then Mingali.
Yes, actually, I want first. Can you hear me? Okay. I want to say that first, I appreciate every story has been telling. They are very inspiring. And I had similar, because I was also a very young professional and young mother as well when I joined the Rotary world. I love this baby racked idea. I think it's fantastic, and this can be a very wonderful idea to spread all over, because I've heard about Interact. I was, as Anna, established one, and the Rotaract, but the baby ract, it's something really revolutionary. I think we should really do something about, because there are a lot of young professionals who has small children, and it would be fantastic to give this kind of experience to them, to share and to tell that this is possible. And one thing also what Thomas was saying, that he wanted to be active. And I think that is also the key. If we want active people to be member of this organization, then we should activate them. So that is another point. Of course, not too much in the way that it won't affect their professional or familiar life, absolutely, but still to make them really be great members as they are in their own life. So that is my comment. Thank you very much. Very interesting stories.
Thank you. Mingali?
Yes, I have a question again for our speakers and for the audience, so feel free to answer, any of you. Since we speak about families in Rotary, who has in their club like nice traditions to involve family? Maybe meeting once a month with a family or some event. Could someone share how does your club involve family members in Rotary life?
I could share. Yeah, I am from Lithuania. My Rotary club, we have 11 traditions each year. Some events, sports events, travel events, celebrations, etc. So, and we have out of those 11, 3 traditional events involving family members. So, first one is this inauguration of new president. Second one is Rotary sports event. So we are okay in September, all clubs coming together and some sports, etc. And then third one is New Year celebration. This is, let's say, late New Year celebration together with family members. So yeah, this is important to involve.
Thank you.
Someone else?
Well, I can. Well, I'm between clubs now, but my old club, because I'm starting a new club tomorrow. We're just having the first meeting tomorrow, the satellite club. So yeah, and that will be an active one, I hope. But the old one, we had more or less outdoor activities for the families. So planting trees mostly, and of course always a barbecue afterwards. In the spring, always cleaning up, all the rubbish we find under the snow when it's melting. So, and that also finishing with a barbecue. So, but I have also a question about young professionals, because we are always, we are very much struggling in Scandinavian zones 17 and 18 with the clubs that are getting old in age. And I wonder, what do you think, young professionals? Is it, would you say no to the question if you are offered to become a member in a club with elderly people? Or would you say yes to that? Or would you only say yes to a club that would offer you membership that is more, in your age? Or would it be a solution if we are establishing new clubs? I'm just wondering, what is it that attracts young people? What kind of a club would attract young people? So what do you say, young professionals here today?
I'm not that young, but I can start because I was
You are young.
I was in a traditional club, lunch meeting every Monday. Started with 2 hours, but we managed to get it down to 1 because a lot of us were working. Well, not a lot of us, 6 of us in the club were working. And in the end, we decided to start a new club because there was a bit of a conflict how long this meeting should run and how important it was with different things. And it just didn't fit us who were working, and we had to run in a lunch hour. So what we did, we started a hybrid club. We meet in the evenings twice a month, 1 in-person meeting at 6:30 with an optional dinner, and 1 web meeting a month in the evening between 8 and 8:30. And then we do projects. And from this year, we're trying to have regular projects on the weekends, but only 1 or 2 weekends per term. So that's what we did. We started a new club because it didn't work for us that were working and had families. Someone else?
I think I can second that. So I must say that, especially after the COVID pandemic, we are so much used to a hybrid work model as well as completely remote work. And you know also have to adapt Rotary to the realities of how people currently split their time, or how they operate on a daily basis. So once Mingaile invited me to join this newly established Rotary E-Club, it actually really resonated with me and it fit my schedule perfectly. Actually, I don't know if I could, be that active and engaged if I was a member of a traditional physical Rotary club, because it would make a little bit more difficult for me to manage those schedules. So I think this new form of Rotary club could be an answer for attracting younger people.
Or that the clubs try to have different member types within the club. That they have certain members that only join them to do projects, and certain members, they come to the meetings. So there are options, but I think we have to do, of course, some traditional clubs, it would work depending on your job and your family situation and how close you are to the meeting venue and if it's a breakfast or a dinner. But I think it's individual between the club and the person, because some clubs, I think it would work with a traditional club that has been working for 50 years. But then I think that club has invited new members regularly. And what I see in our part of the world is that a lot of clubs, they didn't. So the age gap is too vast. So I think that could be an issue too. I'll let Klaus in, and then anyone else can think about if you want to add something.
I had some few issues actually. One was that we're talking now to recruiting new young people, and it was easier to recruit women than men. And I think I have that experience as well in our district. It's easier to recruit interesting young women, but they actually they had much more expectations of Rotary and of the club. And if the club and Rotary is not living up to that expectations, they also are leaving very easy. So I think my experience is that our clubs in my district, we have to step up a little bit to actually to take care of the women and to meet their expectations in a better way than we are doing today, because we are losing a lot of very good, active young women after 1 to 2 years. Second, how we involve more in the family in our activities. In my club, Stockholm Söder Rotary Club, we have a lot of twin clubs abroad. So we have a lot of meeting with clubs in Bristol, in Bordeaux, in Liège, and now it's fourth one is coming in Northrop. So we normally have the meeting at least once a year abroad and once a year here in Stockholm area. And that gives the possibility to invite, if not the total family, so at least a partner to join, to get a more understanding about the Rotary and the international, right? Because I think the international aspect of Rotary is very important to implement and to emphasize and put on. So that's one way of doing it, to open up Rotary in the international world for the partners. Perhaps when they are here in Stockholm, we also can take in the family a little bit better way. Thank you.
I can also add, before I let Mingaile speak, that in my club, when we started 10 years ago, so we have a 10-year celebration this year. Our kids were 10 years younger than they are now. And then we had at least once a year, sometimes twice, that we went bowling with the whole family, or we went on an excursion in the archipelago on a weekend with the whole family. So we did an event once or twice a year where the whole family was included, and most of them came. Now our kids are older. My son is turning 18 at Christmas time, but he has started an Interact club. And there is one more daughter from my club who is also a member of that club. So we are trying to keep them engaged, even though they're growing up, and we'll see how that goes. Mingaile, go ahead.
Thank you very much. I really like Klaus' comment, because I think that a lot of clubs face this and experience this, that cannot fulfill the expectations of these young and active ladies. So I just want to remind and encourage that if you have a situation, always you can encourage these great people not to leave, but start a new club, just with your help, the current club help, and then they can express all their what we want to do in Rotary. We cannot do in the current club, and I think that this could be a great solution to grow and to keep these people in Rotary family, where they can build new club from the scratch with your help. So just a short comment to the situation that I really believe that a lot of clubs and people experiencing that. So sometimes don't let them go, just encourage to start a new club.
That is also something we have spoken to the public image people about. What is the message that we're telling potential members about our clubs? And is it a general description, or is it actually of my club? Because then if we have a general description of this is Rotary globally, and then they come to my club or your club, is that what we're delivering on? So that's something we have to be really careful about and to consider as well. We do have 2 more minutes. If anyone wants to add something or ask something or comment on something. No? Then Mingaili and I would like to thank you for your participation today. Thank you so much to all our speakers for sharing your stories. That is very, very important. And Mingaili and I and Venancia and Sofia and Nikolai, we also are active people with families and kids growing up. And we know how important it is that we all help out to create the Rotary that we want and that works for us. We do have a next seminar scheduled on September 27th, same time, and also one on November 23rd. And we'll post it in the Facebook group, and we'll send emails with information and links. So we hope to see you there, and thank you so much for joining us today.